Alright guys, BLM here. We are back with more Assassin's Creed 2. We're getting to the goodish part of Sequence 8. We just did the tailing mission, which was a pain, but at least now we're... I don't know, it's still not great. Sequence 8's like kind of... Like, it's better than Sequence 7, but I mean, like, that's not saying much. But I mean, it's a decent chapter. It's a decent sequence, but not the best in the world. Sequence 9 is definitely a lot better. Even though that's monotonous, though. So we're trying to get in there. We have to find a stupid entrance. I really hate this building because it's such a pain to get into. There's only like, what, 3 entrances, and you have to go around all the fucking time to get into it. But yeah, sequence 10 is actually, even sequence 10's not that. I mean, really, just the entire Venice section of this game sucks. I really don't like it. I mean, I love Assassin's Creed 2. I loved it when it first came out. It was one of my all-time favorite games at the time. Now my opinion of it has definitely gone down a bit, but yeah, I mean, this entire Venice section just sucks. And to be honest, I don't like the city of Venice that much either. I think just having all this water around and everything just makes it a less, like, I don't know, makes it a more difficult city to navigate than it really could have been, or should have been.
Antonio, Ezio's here.
To be honest, it's kind of that way in real life too, but still.
Ezio, is everything all right?
Carlo Grimaldi and the Barbarigo are in league with the...
It's funny though, like, I've been to all these places since the release of this game. Because it came out in 2009. I first played it in 2010. I think I went to Florence and I've been to Florence, I've been to Rome, I've been to Venice. I think it was, what, 2012? It was a while ago now. I mean, I was still a teenager, so I was still in high school.
This is why we like you, Ezio.
Come.
I think, or maybe was I? Yeah, I had to have been in high school, right? Yeah, I had to have been in high school. But yeah, I mean, Venice is actually the city out of those 3 that I've stayed in the longest.
When I was a child.
Okay, so it's this mission. But yeah, I mean, Venice is fine. It's a cool city. It's just, it's not really easy to navigate. I mean, to be honest, it's not that bad modern day, but I mean, like, it's definitely better than it is here in Assassin's Creed. But it's like still not my favorite city in the world. Rome was cool. Florence was kind of just okay.
No, I say we are the thieves and mercenary and whores. While we work to save this city,
yeah, like, I've been here.
the nobles seek to make it their
Yeah, it was cool though. It was cool going here. Like the what is it called? I forgot the name. But either way, like, it looks exactly like this though. I mean, like, obviously without the fucking hanging section there. But like the actual cathedral thing, I don't even remember what the fuck it's called.
I assume the front door is out.
But
Va bene. We'll try the front door as well, Saputello.
Andiamo.
okay. But like this tower here.
Blessed man.
Oh yeah, Castillo de San Marco, right? Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, like this area here. This looks exactly like what it does in real life. Mind you, it's much wider than this. Like, they definitely made it a lot thinner. Yeah, it's like much wider than this. And also, there's a whole bunch of fucking birds here in real life. But I was like, oh, did we pass it? Shit, I wasn't paying attention. Okay. I thought we had to go to the one all the way. Okay, fine, whatever. I guess we're going to this tower first. Wait, where are we going? That's the annoying thing about this game too, is that it doesn't tell you whether, like, oh, it's right fucking there. It doesn't tell you if the location that you're trying to get to is like up or down. Like, they add that for Brotherhood, thank God. But yeah, in AC2 they don't have that, so it's kind of annoying. So you don't know if the place you're trying to get to is like at the top of the building or what. But either way. Ah shit, I got something in my eye. Okay, we're good. Is that on the map? Oh fuck, we're in the restricted area. Yeah, like this section though is definitely a lot different. Like where we cross this bridge here, like it's definitely, again, like it's just, everything's just scaled down really. Like in real life, obviously these areas are much bigger. But yeah, they just scale it down. Obviously they have to because it's a game map. But still. It would just take forever to navigate from place to place if it wasn't scaled down. Ah, fuck. Just, I'm starting to get a bit tired. It's only 10 o'clock though. But yeah, I've been recording. I mean, this morning I recorded for 2 hours recording Virginia. Yeah, that was fun. And then I've been recording this since 3 o'clock today, and yeah. And even then, I mean, like, somehow, actually, yeah, somehow, I think, considering this is episode 5, somehow I lost about an hour and a half to 2 hours in between then. I don't know how I lost that much time, considering I didn't take many breaks in between episodes. So, I don't know why, but whatever. What I don't like about this is that he doesn't leap of faith. I obviously, like, leap of faith is supposed to be an assassin thing, which I know a lot of people say, but it's like, is it really? I mean, yeah, I know it is, but it's like, I feel like, why is it? Like, why'd that have to be a thing? It's like, obviously it is just because they fucking wrote it as it is Assassin's Creed, it is assassin thing for them to do a leap of faith, but I feel like it's kind of just dumb that, like, only assassins can do a leap of faith. I mean, even though some Templars have done leap of faith, mind you, a lot of those were Templars that have defected, or like Hatham. Hatham did a leap of faith. Yeah, the Hatham does leap of faiths. And then I think there was another one that wasn't. Who is it? I mean, obviously Vali, I think is his name, the guy from Revelations. He does a leap of faith, but again, he was a rogue assassin, so it's like.
Looks like there's a perfect
I'm trying to think, who's the? I feel like there is a Templar that does do a leap of faith.
Let's go.
I can't think of who it is though. I really don't care enough, to be honest. But yeah, I know a lot of people. That's one of the major points of contention with Odyssey is people complain, why are these guys doing a leap of faith? And it's like, they're not assassins. It's like, to me, I really don't give a shit. It's like, why does I really think it's dumb, the fact that they even made it that a leap of faith can only be done by an assassin. Like, it's just a dumb fucking concept. Yeah, like, I've watched multiple videos of, like, people complaining about Odyssey from a narrative standpoint. And to be honest, I agree with some of it, but just, a lot of it I just don't care. It's like, just do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care for shit.
This will be your last chance.
Yeah, as long as it's a fun game, I mean, I'll be okay with it at this point. Would I love for them to make a game, like, make an overarching narrative that's as great as, like, the Ezio trilogy or something like that? Yeah, of course, but they're not going to. So, whatever. Alright, flying machine time.
Only birds.
Yes, birds.
Where are you going now?
To see my friend Leonardo.
Alright. So let's go. So oh yeah, that's something else I forgot to mention. We are officially over halfway through the game as of finishing the last sequence. So what? Last part was part 10, right? So yeah, I mean we're on pace to finish this in about 20 parts. So it's not too bad. Then again, we also have to get the codex pages. So I mean that's probably gonna add an episode or so to that. But yeah, I mean like about 10.5 hours is what I would guess it would take for us to finish this. Which, yeah, I mean, like, if we are about, like, I think, I did say that if we got to the battle for Lee, I would be happy today. To be honest, I kind of want to get a little bit further. We'll see. I mean, again, it's 10 o'clock. Yesterday, I recorded till 2:30 in the morning, so I mean, or was it 1:30? I don't remember. Like, because the thing is, like, I think I recorded until 1:30, but I stayed up until like 2:30, and I didn't actually get to sleep until like 3:30. Because like I think I recorded till 1:30, and then after I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to delete LA Noire, and I might as well install these other Assassin's Creed games I'm going to be playing soon. So I installed Black Flag, which was really quick. But then Rogue and Unity took a while. Especially Rogue. Rogue took a very long time. Because the thing that's annoying about Rogue is that a lot of the information from Rogue is on the disc. So it's like I can't... Like, it's not like Black Flag where like it only copies a little bit of information from disc then just downloads the rest. Or like Unity is kind of similarly the same thing. But with Rogue, it's like most of the information's on the disc. So it's like it takes longer to load.
Can it really fly?
So like I had to wait like 20 minutes for fucking Rogue to download.
An idea.
And yeah, then I did Unity, as I said, and that took until like 2:30. And then at that point, I finally went to bed. Couldn't go to sleep, so I watched. I started watching Survivor Boston. That's what happened there. And I watched like the first like 30 minutes of that, and then eventually I got tired and just went to sleep, and then I woke up, and then I watched the rest of Survivor Boston.
So, how does she work? Have you ever
Which,
watched
yeah,
Birdie?
that was fun. I like Survivor Boston's pretty good. Again, I feel like that. Like I think I was really high on the first like 2/3 of the season. The last third was really slow, but great winner. Some decent gameplay. I think the winner played very well. Yeah, I mean, like really, I mean, I think it's really the first truly dominant win from any. We're gonna crash because we have to crash. So, but yeah, it's the first like truly dominant win I feel like from one of these college-based Survivor seasons. Because yeah, I mean these college-based Survivor seasons. I've only watched. I watched the 4 Maryland seasons that are out. Obviously, season 1 was never finished, so didn't watch that. But I watched those. I watched Time and Change, and I watched the 2 Boston seasons. I think that's it, right?
The master inventor who built these pezzo di merda.
Hey, it's not the machine.
So yeah, I watched those. I'm trying to think. Was there anything? I think that's it for college-based seasons. But yeah, out of all those seasons, I think Isabella is easily the best winner there. And to be honest, I think Sarah, the winner of Boston season 1, is the second best winner. I think it's weird how those 2 shows produced the 2 best winners.
What is he doing now? It rises.
And also, it's kind of funny, I believe Jackson, the winner of Time and Change, is the worst winner. So it's like all the Maryland winners are like in the middle there.
Not one fire, Ezio. A dozen, built all across the city.
Yeah, the way I rank Survivor wins and Big Brother wins and all these wins is level of dominance. And by dominance, I mean how much control they had over what happened in the game. And again, Isabella controlled pretty much the entire post. I mean, after that initial, like she was she was in the minority for that first initial vote, which that is a mistake, but it's not something that I would like fully dock her entire tier for. Because I do think she's the only winner there that's I don't know. I mean, maybe Sarah is also in like an upper tier sort of thing, but like Isabella is like really far, like easily the best winner there out of these international seasons. Yeesh. Are we really not going to get detected by that? Okay. But what was I talking about? Yeah, she's out of the loop for that first vote, but from Final 10 on, she controlled the rest of the game. I mean, but then again, like by control, like it kind of changed because like from Final 10, it was controlled in the sense that she was able to get Dan and Bailey to flip, and then she was at Final 9, she was able to keep them from flipping back, and then from Final 8 on, she had the numbers from that point on to truly dominate the game. I mean, she truly controlled what happened from that point on, and again, and had such great social relationships to where the people that knew that she was controlling the game didn't want to turn on her. Yeah, I mean, just a really like a truly dominant win, and she could have had a perfect win too. She was one fucking vote away. Like if fucking Emily M didn't fucking vote for Bailey for some fucking reason, she would have had a perfect win. She would have not gotten any votes against her, and she would have also, no, okay, can I get off? Yeah, yeah, she would have had no votes against her, and she would have gotten it won by a unanimous vote. Which also, I do think it's a shame also that Bailey ends up getting second over to Spencer. So again, Spencer played a pretty good game too. If Spencer was able to cut Isabella at the final four, I think Spencer's the best winner there. Maybe. I think him and Tay are pretty similar, to be honest. I don't think there's really much that distinguishes their game. Except for I do think Spencer played a better game because obviously Isabella was more loyal to Spencer than she was to Tay. So I think that's a testament to Spencer having played a better game at that point then. Because again, he was more so in the actual loop. Then again, the sense I get is that Tay would have won, though, if that was the final three, and like Spencer wouldn't have won. But either way, I do think Spencer should have won that final three if that ever did happen. Yeah, I thank God they improved this combat system for fucking Brotherhood, because this is such shit. I mean, without the kick ability, without the kill streaks, this is so fucking boring. Ah, what the fuck. What the fuck? More people are here now?
Take this man very, very seriously.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, wait. Are there any fucking not henchmen. Are there any fucking soldiers nearby that can help us out? Of course, there's all courtesans. There's one over here, though. Okay, well, let's hire them. And hire them. Who's the guy that we need to kill? It's like only one of them we really need to kill. I think it's this guy. Shit. I guess technically we would have just thrown a smoke bomb. I didn't even think of that until now. Yeah, I usually don't think about the smoke bombs because I usually don't use them. Okay, well, fuck. Oh, is that not the right guy? Are you fucking serious? So it's this guy here. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, hidden blades work better too. I forgot about that. I should have just used the hidden blades. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, let's use hidden blades. I forgot hidden blades work better on these guys. I completely forgot about that until now. But yeah, going back to the college survivor thing. Yeah, I think Isabella easily played the better game there. And then you got Sarah, who I think, again, from Survivor Boston Season 1, who was in the majority of the entire game. Brought that, I mean, that led them to get to the final five together. And then at final five, she, instead of going with the plan that she could have went with, which would have eventually probably led to her getting, it probably would have been close between her and, actually, but then again, it did turn out whatever. Either way, like I mean, she flipped on Lexi, I think was her name, and was able to get to the final three with weaker competition. However, at the same time, she only wins by a tie vote. So it's like that's not great that even happened. Like, and even then, like, she wins because the tie rules were different in this than regular Survivor. Where if it was regular Survivor, who knows who would have won? Because then Toby would have had the deciding vote, and who knows who he would have voted for over, whether it be her or Brian. No, I do feel like he would have voted for her, but again, who knows? The fact that Brian actually gets that many votes, though, is kind of funny to me, though. Because again, I mean, fuck off. Oh my God, we really died? He's like, Brian's like seems like a good player, but I just feel like his actual game that season was pretty mediocre. Like I feel like he would do better in any random season than a lot of the other players that season, but he just didn't play a great game in that one particular season. Okay, so we only have one more location left, though, so that's cool, I guess. Let's kill this guy so that we can lower notoriety. Yeah, I mean, Sarah played a good game, too. Again, the only problem I have with Sarah's game is the fact that she didn't really step out much until the Final Five. And at Final Five, obviously, there's only 2 votes left. So it's like, she did dominate the final 2 votes and was in the dominant alliance the rest of the time. But it's kind of like similar to like someone like Hayden from Big Brother. It's like his win, where it's like, yeah, he was in the majority alliance the entire time, and but he doesn't really step out of it like to claim things on his own until, I mean, him actually much earlier. I think it was him at like Final 6 or so Final 7. Well, either way. So it's like, but like with Sarah, it's like she didn't really do anything until Final 5, which is like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think she would still be in like the upper, like if I were to compare this to my Survivor winner rankings, where like the upper tiers, like this the winners that won dominantly, the middle tiers like kind of either people that were second in command or people that made like pretty big mistakes, and then the bottom tier being people that just weren't that great but just so happened to win, like either won by a quote-unquote bitter jury. Again, by bitter jury, like I have no problems with a bitter jury. Like the juries obviously can vote however they want, it doesn't whatever, but it's like the thing I do dock points for, though, is if the jury is voting against someone instead of for someone. Like for like I don't even include Natalie White in this, because I do think a lot of the people were also voting for Natalie White. But I think like someone like to be honest, actually, it's kind of hard to think of one with Survivor. I'm trying to think who there would be. But I mean, either way, it's a lot of those. Oh yeah, I think Sandra is definitely one of those. Sandra in both of her seasons that she won, ironically, where she gets votes not necessarily for her. She does get a couple votes for her, but most of the votes that she gets are anti other people, which is something I respect less, because that's more so determined on the other people fucking up, which is something that you can't really. It's not like Sandra's going to Lil. I mean, the thing is, anyone against Lil wins, so I mean, it doesn't really fucking matter. Because again, no one on the jury really respected Lil. Mind you, if it was Johnny Fairplay and Lil, Johnny Fairplay only probably wins like 4-3. Like what fucking this always happens. I don't get what it's fucking even talking about. Reduced distance to target. I mean, if it's Johnny Fairplay against Lil, I do think Fairplay wins, but it's like 4-3. Because I mean, you get down to the votes. I mean, it's Ryan. Ryan's a lock vote for Johnny Fairplay in that situation. You got Rupert, who I do think votes for Lil. You got even then, I don't think that's a lock. I think there's possibilities that he doesn't vote for Lil. Then you got Tawana, who I think is up in the air, really. And to be honest, I do think she could potentially vote for Lil, but I don't think it's a lock. And then I think you got Krista, who I do think votes for Johnny Fairplay over Lil. I think you got Burton, who obviously votes for Johnny Fairplay over Lil. Then you got Dara, who I think again votes for Johnny Fairplay over Lil. So that's already a win there. Then. Yeah, I think Sandra probably votes for Lil, maybe? I don't know. Sandra's weird, too. I feel like she could vote for Johnny Fairplay, but either way, with the seat, like, it doesn't matter. I think Johnny Fairplay wins against Lil is essentially what I'm trying to get to. Which, I don't know how the fuck I got there from talking about Sarah's win. But yeah, I mean, like, a great win, but I think she would definitely be on the bottom of, like, a dominant tier. Just because, again, the fact that she didn't really stand out on her own until Final 5, and also the fact that she won only by tie vote. To be honest, the tie vote thing is even more detrimental to her, in my opinion, than the standing out till Final 5. Because even that, it's like fine. Because at least she was in the dominant alliance, and she was in the majority within that dominant alliance. But it's like, yeah, the like winning 3-1 and then having that revote go your way is like, I don't know, kind of a bit iffy, in my opinion. Yeah, it's funny about her too is that all the votes that she got were from the people not in her alliance, which I always find it funny when that's the case. When like there's an alliance that makes it to the end. Yet the winner is the person that gets the votes, all the votes from the people not in the majority. When like the other people, like I think it could very likely happen this season with Tyler. I guess not. Actually, no. It would actually be the opposite when if Tyler won this season. But either way, with the big brother I'm talking about. But either way. All right, let's go. Let's do the flying machine stuff. Again, I'll just make this episode a bit longer. We can do this. We can finish off the sequence in this episode. Because this final mission here doesn't take too long. Oh no! Oh shit! Okay. But then, like again, like the other Survivor, college Survivor season winners. I mean, I guess I'll go through it. Might as well at this point. You got Steve Sleesman, who's a good winner. Again, middle tier for me in terms of like ranking him among like other Survivor, like real Survivor. If I were to rank him amongst real Survivor winners, he would be like a middle tier winner in the sense that he was second in command to the dominant player, even though like I mean he was perceived as like the dominant players with Chris Lecomte. He did have a better social game than Chris Lecomte. I mean he also won a whole bunch of challenges, but I think that's also a detriment in the sense that he would have been voted out multiple times throughout that season if he didn't either A, didn't win immunity, or B, didn't have the idol played at him at that final 8 vote, which was the crazy vote with Connor getting blindsided. But if he didn't have if Chris Lecomte didn't play the idol on Steve in that vote, I mean, he goes home. So that's really a detriment to his game. But I mean, like, he's a decent winner. Then you got Terry, who I think people underrate, really. I think Terry played a better game than people give him credit for. That being said, I still don't think he's a good winner, or that highly rated of a winner.
It's time.
Like, I think he's like slightly below Steve. I think he's also a middle tier winner, but I think he's like the bottom of the middle tier.
Because we're nearly out of time.
Again, he was like someone who was like kind of the second in command to Zach the entire way. Eventually blindsided Zach at Final 4, so at least there's that. Was brought to the end because people didn't think he would win. But the thing about him that I think you gotta give credit for is that he did vote. He's the only person that season, I believe, that voted in the majority the entire game. And yeah, I mean, like people say that like Fluke was robbed, and I really don't see it that way. I think Fluke fucked up her own game really bad in that season. But whatever. Okay, so let's go. Narcoosee! Shoot the guy. Whatever. I've heard this fucking clip so many times because the first time I played this game, I died here like 50 fucking times. The first time I played this game back in 2010 or whatever. The best route to go, by the way, is probably this one. The one that like is the okay. Well, I just fucked it up. But I mean, if we didn't fuck it up there, the best route to go is probably that direction. The route on the left, because even though it is slightly longer. As long as you don't fuck it up like I did there, there's less opportunities for you to crash.
Makose! Shoot! Shoot the flying demon!
Okay. Alright. Oh my god, we almost fucked that up so bad. Holy shit. Oh my god, we almost fucked that up. But then the other winners, you got Katie, who I think is the best of the Maryland winners. I still don't think she's particularly great, though. I mean, she's good. She's good. But again, I don't know. I wouldn't put her in that dominant tier. again, I feel like for most of the game she was viewed as like a second in command to Alex, even though I don't even think that was really the case. But she definitely wasn't the person in control of her alliance by any means. Like she was in that alliance, that Final Four alliance with Matt and Alex and Molly, and she was in a really good position within that alliance. But again, not really the one making any decisions there, really. Or at least not the person solely making decisions. I think that was another like sort of group where like they all like came up with decisions together. But yeah, we're almost there. But again, not really like again, she didn't really like. There were never really points where she went out on her own. At least not until the Final Four, and then she votes out Alex, which is good. But again, I feel like not a super dominant win. Then also she was out of the loop on the Michelle vote, which really put her in a. I mean, to be honest, it actually put her in a good spot considering the merge was next. But potentially that could have been a game-ending spot if the merge didn't come. But whatever. But I think she's a much better player than she is a winner of that season. Even though, again, I think she's the best Maryland winner. And again, like I mean, she's again like probably the top of the middle tier if I were to rank her among Survivor winners.
You are too late. The Doge is dead.
What? Carlo?
Apologies, Signore. But you should have listened to me when you had the chance. Seems you have failed, assassin.
Forgive me, signore. I tried.
Why?
What was it all for?
Assassino!
Alright.
Assassino!
Let's go kill this fucker. Ah! Did we get him? No, we didn't. Oh, now we got him. That was dumb.
It takes one assassin to kill another, it seems.
We kill thinking it's...
Yeah, but this was in the demo. I believe this was the E3 demo, actually. The flying machine stuff and then the this assassination. However, I believe it was like really different. Like all the dialogue was different and whatever else. And I mean, like you weren't like the Doge wasn't even involved in the demo. It was just him inside the palace. But whatever.
You killed me? You killed me?
Get on his blind.
Okay.
Keep him busy.
Let's escape. Yeah, then I might as well finish this off by talking about Chris Thomas, who's the most recent Maryland winner, and at least recent in terms of aired. It technically was filmed like 3 years ago, but Chris Thomas. I love Chris Thomas as a character. As a winner, he's really not that great, though. If you really analyze his game, I think he's the worst Maryland winner, and it's not even close. And again, I think he's pretty close to being as bad as Jackson from Time and Change. I mean, the thing about Jackson in Time and Change is that there's multiple points where if he doesn't either win immunity, I believe, was it immunity? Or I know he played an idol and saved himself at the Final Five. I know that. Where that's a blatant thing where like he goes home if that wasn't the case. That and also there was the Final Four immunity. That was what I was thinking of. Yeah, he wins the Final Four immunity, which if it wasn't for that, it's very likely that him and Murray will go home. There's just so many points where there's so much luck involved in his win that I really didn't care for. But with Chris Thomas, it's like it's so strange because it's like he played such a strategic game, but it's like a lot of his strategies didn't work out though. It's like he's kind of reminds me of Adam, but the problem with like Adam from Millennials vs. Gen X, where it's again another strategic player that a lot of their plans didn't really work out. But the problem with that also is that I feel like Adam, there are many points where like the difference there is that like with Chris Thomas is that there are many points where he needed immunities to get through. I mean, essentially he was immune, I believe, with the exception of the Final 7 vote. I think he was immune from like the Final 10 on. I think something ridiculous like that because he won immunities. He won like what 5 or 6 immunities the entire season. I remember it was a whole bunch. That and also he had the 2-week immunity from the partner twist. So he was immune most of the time, and if it wasn't for that immunity, he probably goes home at like a whole bunch of different spots. Particularly that Final 4. I think that Final 4, and then that Final 3 potentially goes home, but definitely that Final 4. Okay, 1486 now. Holy shit. Oh yeah, I forgot because yeah, he spends 4 fucking years setting up for, or is it 4 years? Or it could be more. He spends a really fucking long time setting up, 5 years actually, yeah, it's 5 years, setting up Emilio Barbarigo's murder, which is funny. But yeah, we're gonna end the episode here. Next episode, we'll go ahead and continue on and start sequence 10 here, or sequence 9 here. But for now, thank you for watching.